Three, two, one, pickles. All right. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Razor from RazorTube, coming at you with some Rust Council pre-order beta release, April 20th. What? And more news. And today we're going to talk about the Rust Council edition for the Xbox, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, whether or not the pre-order beta is going to be on April 20th, and is Rust Council Edition worth it? We're going to discuss all those things right now on this video. All right, so this video, obviously, it's not the norm. Custom servers down, but so I figured, hell, why not? Let's just do it unofficial, right? So let's talk about it. All right, so pre-order beta coming out April 20th. That has been going around. There's a rumor that's been going around, and people have been taking screenshots on their Xboxes apparently, and they're saying, hey, look at this. Just to let you know, it's coming out April 20th, the pre-order beta. Now, we did speculate recently that it was going to be within maybe the week of the 20th, but I hate to hurt your feelings, but that definitely is not true, nor have the devs said anything. And even if that is on an Xbox, that could still be a placeholder date that popped up, and I wouldn't get excited until you know the actual truth from the developers at Double 11 themselves. I know there's been a lot of rumors about it. I know what your Xbox says. I know the screenshot you took with your little Nokia phone. You're like, hey, no, it's coming out. Well, we don't know yet. We talked to the developers at Double 11 and their community manager that keeps us informed with what the developers are doing. And I can tell you this much right now, that we do not know that April 20th is the date that it's the pre-order beta for the PlayStation and Xbox is going to come out at all. There's a few things I wanted to touch base on in this video. And one of them was the pre-order beta date of the 20th that has not been confirmed or denied from Double 11 yet, because this recent rumor and screenshots have just surfaced earlier today, apparently. So as I'm recording this, it has just shown up. So don't look forward to that date yet until we know the truth and if that's an actual thing. I'm sure Double 11 will make a statement about it or respond to it, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, so let's talk about the Rust Council Edition. All right. There's a lot more criticism and a lot more negativity going around the Rust Council Edition in general for the Xbox and PlayStation. And I'm here to answer the question, is it worth it? And I'm here to tell you from an unbiased standpoint, as just a gamer and not a content creator, that yeah, it is. I'm going to explain why to you right now, okay? Because I've been playing this game for a long time, since 2013, since it released, when it wasn't even that good of a game. And I've loved this game ever since it came down. Now, I want to talk about the three versions first, and give you my opinion on what you should purchase before anybody gives me their own opinion. This is coming from a Rust veteran. So I got thousands of hours into this game, and I want to let you know why this game is so unique. All right, let's just talk about the info real quick. All right, so if you guys haven't pre-ordered the game, you could always go to rust.double11.com and pre-order the game. There's three versions: the regular version, deluxe, and ultimate. You basically, the regular one is $50 USD, deluxe is $60 USD, and ultimate is $80 USD. Now, all right, the closed beta has ended, so if you missed it, that sucks, but you can have a chance to get into the pre-order beta, which is dropping soon. We don't know when yet. There's no official date. Let me repeat that. There's no official date. And you can do that by purchasing either the deluxe version of the game, of the Rust Council Edition, or the ultimate of the Rust Council Edition. Now let's get into some information real quick. All right, so there's been a lot of people that's been coming into the comments being like, hey, this and that, saying, oh, this is going to be pay to win, this is going to be this. And there's been some harsh criticism around the Rust Council Edition lately, and I kind of want to address it. And if it's worth it. I could tell you now by looking at these 3 versions on the screen that even if I only had access and the money to purchase, do tell you right now, I did play the beta. I was part of the limited beta, and by you knowing that and me playing on PC Rust, I can tell you that even if I only had the money for the regular version to purchase this game, after being part of the limited beta and it coming out in May, I would still purchase it. The reason for that is because Rust is a very unique game, okay? The reason why it's unique is the PvP experience and the open world survival game experience that you get from Rust. 1 minute, you have you can have the highest of the highs in this game and the lowest of the lows. 1 minute you could be broke, another minute you could be looted out of your mind, right? Just have the best base on the server, take it over, and then the next your empire is burnt to ashes. Any creator that you talk to who's ever played Rust as long as me, and there's big names out there, they can tell you that this is one of the most unique survival games out there. The reason for it is the building aspect and how you can create bases of your own and how you can survive off the land, hunting animals, PvPing people, using the snowball effect to your advantage, going from a regular primitive bow to an AK in a matter of minutes. Now, obviously you have to be experienced to do that and know what to look for, so most new players coming to console will not be doing that. But in hindsight, the more experience you get every wipe, you're going to be able to do that, okay, eventually. So there is a learning curve when it comes to blueprints, how to get them, how to acquire the components to build certain weapons and armor, what's the best armor, how do you raid, how do you place a TC inside of your base the right way to where it's harder for raiders to get to, how to make a unique opportunity in order to get the best loot from a raid, how to not get counter-raided. There's so many aspects in this game, and I can tell you from experience that it's worth the purchase, even if you get the regular edition. Now, I want to talk about the deluxe version first. The regular version is the regular version. You're going to get the game, you're going to get like a skins pack, and that's cool, if you just want to do that. And I understand there's a lot of criticism behind the fact that you're only going to get access to the staging branch and the pre-order beta if you purchase the deluxe version. And don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. I know Double 11's a big studio, and I know that they're out there, they're doing the grind for the last 3 years, porting this game over, just like they ported over Minecraft Dungeons over from Mojang or whatever. But the standard price of a game is $60 USD. In no shape or form were they ever intending to make this the same price as the PC. Now, Facepunch had, since 2013 up until today, to perfect the imperfections inside their game, to implement wipe systems inside of their game, to actually having a TC that claims your base and the land around it, and putting, different vehicles and different weapons and bullets and all types of weapons into the game up until now. If you remembered from a recent blog that came from the Double 11 folks, they said, they picked a point in Rust where they thought that they could bring it over and port it over to console, and they're going to work on that, right? So, with, me not breaking any NDA, whatever point they start from, they're going to build on it, right? In hopes that they can present a product to you as the consumer, right? A good time and a real Rust-like experience like you would have if you played PC. Now, is everything in the game? We don't know. Do we hope everything is going to be in the game? Yes. Is the Rust Council Edition Deluxe and Ultimate versions pay to win? No, they're not. As long as I've played Rust since 2013, as many times as and thousands of hours I've put into this game, I can tell you that there is no amount of money that you can pay when purchasing this game that's going to add an attachment to a gun, a crosshair to the top of your iron sights, a piece to your armor that's going to make you this invincible guy running around in Rust. You're all going to get the same experience. Everybody has the same weapons. Everybody has the same start. Everybody starts off on the beach naked with a rock. That's Rust, right? So let me tell you why I think this game is going to be one of the most groundbreaking games, right? It's because I think that Double 11 has what it takes to port, with experience in porting games over to console. They have that experience that they've used in the past to bring to the Rust Council Edition. Do I think it's going to be exactly like PC when it starts? I don't know the answer to that question, but I hope it is. Because there's a lot of people that have been watching Rust for years from major and big content creators, right? Even myself, before I even started a YouTube channel and covering Rust. I played many other survival games, and nothing is like having the adrenaline-paced PvP open world survival game experience that you get from Rust. You have other companies, that definitely had like games like Ark and Conan that had the exact version of the game come out for console that they had on PC, and they were able to implement the same things from PC into the console versions of their games. Conan Exiles, it fell short. Ark, even though it had the same content, there was so many different exploits on the console that it ended up being terrible. And then on top of that, they had all these DLCs and pay for this new map and we won't fix the game. And we heard the same redundant processes over and over again. Now, let me tell you this. And I want to speak on this briefly, but I'm going to explain the wipe system to you guys very quickly. Unlike Ark, Rust has a wipe system. And I'm only using Ark as an example because in Ark you could take all your weapons, all your goods that you have in your base, and you can transfer to another server. And then you can essentially take your base, your fully operational base, and transfer it to another server, or at least transfer the utility to another server by teleporting it there. In Rust, you can't do that. With the wipe system implemented, right, you cannot take any items from the server you land on day one when this comes out on release and transfer it to another server. Let's get that out of the way right now. What is a Rust wipe? Okay? And you can even Google this. This is how easy it is, right? I mean, in general, Facepunch has now changed updates to a monthly schedule. Along with the update, they will release a dev blog explaining the current changes as well as plans for the future updates. And the update on the first Thursday of each month is a forced wipe, meaning all servers are required to update and wipe. Okay. So basically, you're telling me that every first Thursday of the month, right? And now this is granted if Double 11 follows that type of roadmap update schedule, that if a server gets wiped every month, even if it's not a BP wipe, because there's a difference. Blueprints are very important because once you learn them, that's the knowledge you have on your character in order to craft the weapons that you've learned during a wipe. If it's a blueprint wipe, guess what? Then and a base wipe, then the whole map, all the entities on a map are gone. Okay? Everything you own, everything your character knows is deleted. The map comes up, it's procedurally generated, boom, you're done, right? So even if you don't have a BP wipe, it doesn't matter. Because once a base is gone, it's gone. Yeah, you might have the knowledge, but you still got to grind to get there. Yeah, you don't have to learn that important weapon, but who's to say once you craft it, somebody doesn't take you out anyways? Do I think the 3 days early access is a pay-to-win feature inside of Rust? No. Because you know what? The devs themselves have even released information stating that you won't lose progress if you join the early access, right? Because you purchased the deluxe or ultimate. You won't lose your progress because the server that you're on, you definitely, you definitely will keep that progress. But guess what? If you transfer to another server, it's gone. You don't know anything on the server you transfer to. You don't have BPs. You don't you don't have a base. Because in each server has its specific wipe schedule. Whether it's the you transfer from a weekly wipe server to a monthly, or a weekly to weekly, or a bi-weekly to a bi-weekly server, wipe server, it doesn't matter. You lose all the knowledge and the base that you had from your prior server as soon as you join a new one. So it's very, this is a lot of skeptical and criticism about this game that everybody needs to know, especially for me, that having 3 days early access to a game, in this game specifically, with a wipe system implemented, you can't have it pay to win. The only thing I can say is that I hope that Double 11 does label the early access servers in order for new players to be able to make that choice to join it or not. Now, do I think it's BS? If you pay for the deluxe version or the ultimate, you get the pre-order beta access? No. The reason for that is because typically a standard game on the console runs about 60 USD, which would be the deluxe version. Although there is the regular for 50, if you pay $10 more, you get the deluxe version and access to the beta. Now, most companies, and studios that I've seen in the past are like, once you buy the game, you get access to the beta, but this is a little bit different. I think that it's fair saying that a standard price of buying a game on Xbox and PlayStation 4 is the right purchase to me, in my eyes, as a veteran Rust player who's played thousands of Rust hours on the PC. To gain access to the pre-order beta, paying $60 compared to $50, it's a no-brainer for me. Is it pay to win because you get the early access? No. Now, one thing that I can agree on with rumors and whatnot is the staging branch access. Hopefully in the future, the regular version consumers, Double 11 will let into the staging branch and have access to it. But here's the kicker. Unless you live, breathe, and eat Rust, and let's just tack on the title of a content creator, typically normal players are not jumping on the staging branch that often. At least in my opinion. Do I know the stats and the analytics to it? Not offhand right now. But most of the time it's creators seeing what's coming out next in order to report it to the main audience, right? And be like, hey, here's a video on the train stations and what's coming out to you guys on the main servers or main official servers soon. But hey, it is what it is for right now. Maybe Double 11 changes their mind and lets people who bought the regular version go into the staging branch. But we don't know if they are or not. So who are we to criticize them for? Now, here's my confliction with the deluxe version and the ultimate version, okay? This is what I think about them. If you're a diehard Rust fan and you just want everything and you want some, new skins for your character because it makes you feel cool and you just want to go out there and wreck people with your skinned AK or your skinned Bolty and you just love buying skins, the ultimate version is there for you to purchase. You get, you get the Future Weapons and Tool skin pack. You get the Elite Combat skin pack. You get 1,100 Rust coins, right, to purchase more skins in the future. Now, I do notice maybe there might be some type of like system implemented with the skins where the rarities of the skins will be in a store, and then that Double 11 might control the the skin economy, because the skins typically run from anywhere from, I don't know, if they're having a special event, Face Punch usually charges like $10 for a really good skin, all the way down to $2. So between $2 and $10, there'll be some good skins out there, because for holiday events and stuff, they do come out with some pretty cool skins. Like Halloween, they come out with like the skeleton doors and the skull mounts and stuff like that. But like, let's put it this way: if you're a Rust fanatic and you want like access to skins and maybe rare skins that might not even be in the game again, then get the ultimate version. But if you're just looking for the in-game experience and you want to be part of the pre-order beta, then get the deluxe. I think the deluxe is good for a standard price. You guys can let me know in the comments below what you think about this video. I'm just trying to come at it like a realist, okay? And don't get me wrong, Double 11 has money, and they, like, they're a big studio, and they have a robust, kind of staff to be able to handle porting a game over. So, but don't jump the gun and know the truth about Rust, right? Know that you have a wipe system, so those 3-day early access people can't handle you, or get a leg up on you, because they are on their own server, right? Whooping on you and taking all your loot. And do know that, the pre-order beta access is only for the deluxe and ultimate, but this is the normal price of a game anyways, which you would pay on a console. So you would be expected to get a pre-order beta access, Now the staging branch, this is questionable, but it's not that big a deal, because I don't think a lot of people really play on it that often. Maybe to test out, like, I don't know, items that come out with a game, but I don't know many people that jump over to the staging branch that I've talked to with thousands of hours played in Rust and been like, oh man, I tried out the new train stations. No, they just wait for it to go over to the main official servers anyways. Now, obviously this is my own opinion, just as a gamer, not even as a content creator. But like I said, with the skin system, we don't know how it's going to work. Maybe it's going to work like the Fortnite skin system, where they come out with skins packs and you purchase them once, and maybe those skins only exist within for X amount of weeks, and once they're gone, and you got to always have Rust coins to purchase them. But the rarities on them that you can see in pictures and whatnot, it doesn't matter, because there's not a skin in Rust that you can put on, right, that would add any more value to armor, or add any more stats to armor or guns to make it better, to make you have a leg up on a player. You're just running around with a pretty dress at that point, right? Anyways, I'm going on a tangent. I wanted to address some of the issues going around with Rust. I know I typically don't step out of the content creator mode, but I think this is warranted for it, because I think that there's a lot of negativity floating around what Double 11's doing with these 3 versions of the game. But in hindsight, as a veteran of playing Rust all the time, with thousands of hours, I'm not sitting here, just making a video here and there and just giving you guys false information. I'm doing it because I'm making a video, and then after I make a video, I go and stream official servers live. So there's not anybody who could tell me that this game could be pay to win. Now, the only thing I will say is the staging branch. What happens to the regular players with the staging branch, we don't know yet. In the future, hopefully it changes. But typically, really, if you're not living, eating, and breathing Rust, you're not going to go in the staging branch that often. Now, having the ability for people who are purchasing your game to just have access to testing items on said staging branch, I could see that argument. But as far as pay to win and all that, nah. But if, in my opinion, if you were going to buy the game and you just wanted it for the experience, get the deluxe version. If I was forced to buy the regular, I would still buy it anyways because I love Rust. Hands down. I wanted to be real with you guys during this video. I didn't have some crazy intro or, I'm not wasting your time doing a 10-minute, 15-minute video. But this is how I feel about Rust. It's up to you to decide. I'm RazorTube. If you guys are new to the channel, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my content as always. I'm just a Rust junkie, and I'm just as hyped as about the Rust Console Edition and the pre-order beta, just like you. So, drop a sub and a like if you enjoyed the content and it was informative to you, and I'll see you guys in the pre-order. Whether or not it's on the 20th, we don't know yet. There's no official date, and when we do get a date, we'll let you know. And if you want to check out the playlist on my channel called Rust Guides to help you out when in your very first wipe of Rust, it'll be very helpful to get a leg up on most players when you first start. I got anywhere from monument guides to base designs to survival tips just for the new players in Rust. So, if you want any other information at rust.double11.com, you can always sign up for the newsletter to get emails about updates and news for the Rust Console Edition instead of listening to my videos. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm part of the Boyfriend Squad. The other members are Jade Monkey and BioLaser. This is RazorTube. I am out, and I will see you guys soon on the next live stream. Bye!